Yeah. We're live, people. Brought to you by our good friends at Just Beds. That's Just Beds, Steve. Are you ready to talk about Just Beds?
Sure.
It's a place where you can go and get a good 8 hours of sleep. It's Just Beds. They hook you up with great prices on mattresses. Right now, they're having a deal on queen mattresses. You get a queen mattress for a great price at Just Beds. Right now, the Bemco mattress is on sale. Go by and see them. Lay in them. Make sure that they're what you want. After you lay in your mattress and decide it's what you want, you just pay for it and go home. That's it. You don't take the mattress and haul it out and put it on top of your car of your vehicle. Put it on top of the car and drive home like a hillbilly. No, you just go home. And then Just Beds delivers it to you. They deliver it, and the experts bring the mattress or bring the bed into your home. They bring it into your home, and then they set it up. And then your old bedding, they take it. Your old mattress, they take it. And if it's a mess mattress, they drop it by Steve's house and throw it in his front yard.
Yep.
Because they're used to having soiled mattresses at Steve's house.
Yeah.
He's used to having them in his house too, in his room actually. But they will take it and they throw them in Steve's front yard, and he and his neighbors go and play in them. Also, our signature sponsor, Recon Text. It'll get your car a brand new detail from Recon Text. That's right. It'll detail your car and make it look better than new. It's Recon Text. Get a car detailing. You see Joe and Michael and everybody else go out there. They clean that car, have it looking great. They can give you a coating, tsunami coating, that will be that for the life of the coating, you don't have to wax your car. Like you can get a 3-year or a 5-year or a 7-year coating, right? And say if you get the 7-year coating, that means you don't have to wax your car for the whole 7 years. All you do is just wash it, and boom, it comes out sparkling. That's all you have to do when you get that product. They also have do-it-yourself products. If you feel like doing something yourself, you can get your products at Recon Text. It's Recon Text. Call 217-670-1132. That's 217-670-1132. It's Recon Text, your one-stop vehicle reconditioning center, and it'll make your car look better than new. Good morning, Steve. Here we are. We are live on Wednesday, November 1st. It's November, Steve.
I know.
Yes. Good morning. I see we're getting birthday wishes, or good morning wishes from Karen. Hi, Karen.
Good morning,
From my boy Carlo. What's up, Carlo?
Carlo.
Diane says good morning.
Diane.
Good old T says that stain on Steve's mattress is not a milk dud.
How would you know today?
Well, I remember when we did the bit, and you admitted it was not a milk dud.
I did.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. We're getting those happy November wishes. Good morning. Good November morning to Ray, the chat, Dan, Christina. They took Gabriel trick-or-treating last night. You see that?
Yeah.
Holly, Lori, Bubba the Baker, Corey, Karen, Diane, if I must, Steve, the king of the dirty mattresses. And he says, happy birthday, Ray. Well, my birthday was
My birthday was a little bit earlier.
a week ago, right? Today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 1 week ago.
Yeah, a week from today.
Thank you, Tom. My birthday's over.
Yeah.
My birthday is over.
My birthday next.
Yeah. Well, it's my daughter's birthday, so it's my daughter's birthday.
Oh.
She's a November 10th birthday. Hopefully, she doesn't spend her birthday alone. Her birthday week alone. Like I hope her birthday's much better. And it will be. My poor daughter's really sick. She's really, really sick. Poor kid. I'll have to give you details, Steve.
Oh, okay.
But I'll give them off the air.
Oh.
You will not believe.
Oh, really?
You will not believe how sick she is.
Oh, boy.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, boy.
It really is. Unbelievable what that child goes through. Poor baby. Yeah, but anyway, we're alive today. Did you have a good Halloween? Did kids come by? And I guess they didn't trick or treat at your house, right? They're not going to trick or treat an apartment.
No, we don't. We don't have too many trick or treaters. Shelly walks the hall.
Who walks the hall? Shelly?
Shelly.
Did you give her any candy?
I asked her if she wanted to come in and pet my kitty.
Yeah.
Pet her kitty, one of the two. And she said, no.
Did she do any? Was she trick or treating?
I think she was just going out for a smoke. But then I saw, Robin too. She was kind of dressed up in her Viking gear, and she had her hammer and walking up and down. I'm like, oh shit! I'm knocking my door.
Yeah, you didn't want her to.
I don't want none of that hammer.
Right. So she didn't come in.
Tim, he was dressed like Don Rickles.
So you didn't let any of the neighbors, they were walking in the hallway and you didn't let them come in. You didn't let any of them.
No, I didn't want that.
No.
I still had my shorts on, and I didn't want to let anybody in my apartment. Yeah, because that wasn't. I dressed as a Sangamon County Jail
Really?
inmate. Wore my orange shirt.
That seems to be fitting for your place.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Nobody could figure out what it was. They thought I kept saying I was a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm not a pumpkin. I'm an inmate.
I didn't do anything. I did nothing yesterday but chill out and watch the World Series. That's all I did. And I didn't. We had the lights off because my wife was, she came home, turned off the light and left again.
Oh.
Yeah.
At least you came home and turned off the light. That way you didn't have to get up and do it.
Yeah, I didn't have to do any trick-or-treating. There was but I guess there were a lot of kids in the neighborhood. But.
Oh, I bet your neighborhood, I bet it's a good neighborhood to get candy in.
Yeah, I didn't. There are a bunch of kids in it, but they never come by and bother me, thank God.
Well, probably because you don't have any kids their age, so.
Yeah.
And they don't know who Ray Lytle is, so.
Thank God.
Hey, thank God they don't come by time. Hi, Mr. Lytle.
I shaved today, or I shaved yesterday, which is nice because I was getting pretty hairy.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the deal. My facial hair is coming in. It used to come in dark when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now it's coming in. Did you see my Facebook photo yesterday? I put a Facebook photo up.
Yes, I did.
And in the photo, you can really tell. Let's see how. Yeah. I didn't shave, and you could really tell my facial hair. You know what I mean? And look at this facial hair. Look how white it is. I mean, gee, good Lord, what is that?
Yeah.
It used to just be dark.
Right.
With a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a couple. And it was gray. But now, I mean, that's white.
Yeah.
My facial hair is, I mean, look at it when I zoom in. Look at that. It's coming in white.
Yeah, it was going to come out white.
Yeah, so I had to shave. It's still a little dark under the nose.
Right, yeah.
Still a little dark, but I had to get rid of it. You
My
know,
mustache is darker than my beard comes into usually.
it's very weird, but it's all I don't know. My hair just I mean, that's white, right?
Okay.
I'm not I'm not wrong when I say that.
No, no.
Yeah.
And well, it's
I just look like a weirdo.
we're getting up there in the years.
Yeah, well, I don't want to
Yeah.
be.
Unfortunately, we're started back down the hill.
Yeah, I know. I'm just the old man with the white
Yeah.
beard, but I did shave, so I feel better.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I've been white so long, I don't even remember what my true color is. I go back and see pictures. I mean,
Well, it just comes out. It just I don't understand why in the world, you know.
and why does your pubic hair change?
I don't know. I don't look at my pubic hair, but
Oh,
I don't get it. I mean, I understand the gray hair, but now the white hairs. Fuck, I look like Santa Claus if it grows long enough. I
well,
mean,
Santa Claus was all white though.
yeah, but it's coming in. It's literally on my chin. It's all
Oh,
white when it comes
yeah,
out.
yeah,
It's like it's not even black coming out anymore on the chin.
right.
I hate neck hair. You know what I mean? So thank God
Yeah.
that doesn't grow very heavy, but it's bad enough to where I had to shave last night. So yeah, but that was after the blowout. It was 11-1 the World Series.
Wow.
11-1 going to the last inning. It ended up going 11-7.
Wow.
So Arizona ended up scoring 6 runs in the last inning, but yeah.
Ooh.
So that's the World Series now 3-1 Texas. I think it's over.
Yeah, I'm not thought about that. It is.
Tonight. Yeah. I think that's so much for the I think the World Series is done and Corey Seager is going to be the MVP, and that's just he's already hit how many home runs, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's over. But we'll see. We'll see. I see Dan is sitting there grimacing. How you doing, Dan?
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk to you?
Why wouldn't you be?
Because you don't like people talking to you.
If I invited you to come do something in my house, then you wouldn't talk to me. My point yesterday was very clear. It was very clear, and most sane people understood it. My point was very clear. In fact, my point was very well received from most people. A lot of them were agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Like Bubba the Baker was on Facebook, and he goes, you know what? I used to deliver stuff, and I 100% agreed. He goes, I used to deliver stuff, and I couldn't. He goes, I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to get my delivery done and leave. I didn't have time to sit and talk to them. And he said he understood what I was saying. He agreed with it. And that was my thing. I'm like, listen, if I'm going to hire somebody to fix something, I just want them to show up, fix it, and leave, you know?
Yeah.
And don't, I don't want to sit and talk. I just want you to, that was my point. And I was just saying, a lot of those people, they don't want to talk. They don't want to sit and talk to you.
All right.
I think that, I'm just saying with the response that I got back from people who agreed with me, it seemed like I was right on with something. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, how was trick or treating last night? I saw that you and Christina took Gabriel trick or treating.
Yeah, it was cold. There were not a whole lot of houses lit up, and it was colder than the well digger's ass. And we were only out for about an hour, and then Gabriel decided he was cold and wanted to quit.
So you guys didn't yell at him and
No,
make him keep going?
no. Why would we? I mean, it's his night, not ours.
But I'm saying that, some parents would have yelled and said, no, you started it, you finish it. Where do you guys go trick or treating? Because I know you can't go trick or treating where you live.
That's a long walk for the first time.
From one house to another. That's a long walk out here.
Or did you pick a hot place in Springfield? Or
yeah, we attempted Williamsville, and it was just sadly denuded.
Yeah.
There were, maybe one house per block had a light on.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have gone to Sherman.
Yeah, that's what we got to thinking about a half hour into it.
That sucks. Poor Gabriel. So he didn't get any candy, huh?
He got about a decent sized bag
That's
full.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
And there were several people who were using your idea. They just had a bucket of candy out on the porch.
Yeah.
And it said, nobody put up signs that said take one or anything. But
Well, you just assume that kids are going to be polite and take,
yeah,
and leave enough for the other kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's too fucking cold. You don't want to open the door, get that cold air in, then shut it, then open it up again. And, Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well.
So it was, we did see a few kids out, but not a lot. I don't get off work till 5, so we didn't get out the door till.
It's when it's
after
trick or treating in this weather is really impossible for children. It's so cold.
Yeah. Right.
It's one of those Halloweens that's no fun.
Yep.
He had 2 layers of pants under his costume. He had a shirt and 2 hoodies under his costume.
And he was still cold.
Yeah, 2 layers of socks. We put those little hand warmers in his gloves, and his hands were still cold.
And he was like, I want to go home.
Yeah, he's like, my hands are cold. Can we be done?
Are you having fun, Gabriel? No, I want to go home. You guys just buy me candy. So Dan stole one of the buckets, stole one of the bowls, and then they left.
Here, I'll grab this bucket right here.
Yeah, here you go. There's a bunch of Musketeers for you.
Yeah, he was talking about being cold, and Christina said, do you want to be done? We can be done. He said, well, maybe one more house. So we found one more house, and I think you got a full-size Reese's out of it.
Oh, that's not bad. Full size is nice.
Yeah, the 2-pack, like the gas station size. And he's like, okay, that was one more. I'm done.
When I was a kid, I loved full size. Oh, man, now you're talking. Full size was the way to go.
Yeah, because it was a little one. They call the little ones fun size, but I don't see how that's fun size. They'd be hell of a lot more fun if they were bigger.
Yeah.
Spanky says he went to Deja Vu to go trick or treating.
Ooh.
What do they give out there? Crabs?
I don't like crab. Not for me.
I haven't been to a strip club in so long. I wonder if I'd feel weird now. You know what I mean?
You probably feel weird to them.
When I used to go to strip clubs, there were always guys that are as old as I am right now that were in the strip club. You know what I mean? Of course,
right.
Guys, you know. Kelly says she can't find us live on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what Spanky is.
Spanky's live on the YouTube.
Yeah. Last strip club I went to was when I chaperoned my son's bachelor party.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, 7 years ago or something.
Well, like I said, I went like in my 20s and 30s and stuff. And there were always like guys in their 50s and 60s and even 70s in there. But I'm just saying, back then it seemed like, look at those weird old guys. Now, if I'd go, I would be the weird
The weird
old
old
guy.
guy.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, I would love to go to a strip club.
Yeah.
You know what I
But you-
mean?
Yeah, but you have to leave your house to do that.
Well, I would, I'd go with like Steve or go
Oh,
with
Lord.
I bet Steve would have a good time. I bet
Two
Steve
weird
would-
old guys.
I bet he would have fun at a strip club.
Oh, I'm sure he
Go to
will.
the Boo.
I've never been there.
You've never been to Deja Vu? Deja Vu's fun.
I've been into their little toy shop, but never into the actual club.
I've never been to Deja Vu.
You've never been to Deja Vu? Are you kidding me?
No, I've never been to Deja Vu.
Yeah,
I've never been to a strip club.
You what?
No, I have not.
Not
I've
even.
been no. Let me think. No, no, because it wasn't a strip club. We went in college. We used to go to the porn house where they just showed movies, but there were no dancers. They just showed movies, and we would go. Yeah, we would go in there and watch the porn movies and sit in the back and squirt guns of conditioner and squirt them in the people in front of
You
us.
used to do lawn service for a strip club and you never went inside?
Not while they were girls in there.
You've really never seen.
I mean, I've seen the inside one, but I've never been.
You've never seen a live strip show?
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, I saw the well, it wasn't a strip club. No.
You have to remember, Ray, the restraining order prohibits him from entering such locations.
Well, I'm saying that it is really fun, Steve. You go in, and
I've never been.
especially
been to-
Deja Vu. Deja Vu is an all nude club. And
All nude, totally nude.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Really, I've
Yeah.
never been to a strip club.
Spanky says he'll take Steve. Then there'll be 3 weird old guys in the club.
I'll be damned.
Like I said, we did nothing live. We went to porn movies when I was in college, but that was just to fuck off. But
Huh. Yeah, you just you go in there and they're fantastic. I mean, it's a really good time.
you just look.
Well,
Yeah,
Steve,
You sit there, Steve. You sit down, and the girls they put on a show for you,
yeah,
Oh,
and they're just attractive, good-looking girls, and next
that
thing you know,
sometimes smell nice. Yeah.
they always smell nice, and then they just get naked for you.
And Steve, you have to remember, they really want you to touch them as much as possible.
No, you don't. You just sit there. You just sit there, and they dance. They entertain for you, and then they get completely naked, and then they are right in front of you, and then they, then you give them tips.
huh.
You've never been. I can't believe you've never been.
One step I ever gave was no. I have never been to a strip club. One
Spanky
tip I ever
says,
gave was a
Spanky
trans.
says, "I'll take you, Steve."
I have never been to a strip club.
This just shocks me.
Yep. Well, in college, we hung out at the porn store or whatever, because they were just live. It was movies. Where they showed porn movies 24 hours a day.
Wow.
Corey has a point. You can't drink at Deja Vu, so
Well, but
Who wants
that I've always thought that sucks. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can drink, you just can't drink alcohol.
right.
All right.
I mean, you could get a soda, or you could get whatever.
I don't drink anyhow.
Yeah. I know at Larry Flint's Hustler Club, they encourage you to drink because
Well, yeah, but because of the no drinking is why they're completely nude.
Oh.
oh, they're new to the Hustler Club too.
Yeah, well,
They'll take it all off and smear it in your face, and then
Ooh.
encourage you to buy another drink.
all I know is that
Ooh.
the Deja Vu knows how to treat customers right. That's what I know. I haven't been in there in a long time, but you get some juice and they get right in front of you, Steve.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Corey says it's a Springfield rule. It's a city ordinance.
Yeah.
Oh.
I let them drink. They need to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's a good time. I haven't been to a strip club in a long time. Haven't been to the Vood. That was the one I used to go to.
If you're desperate, just go to a bar in Taylorville. I'm sure there's some chicks in there taking their clothes off,
No, not
and you get to drink.
not like the Vood, man.
Well, no, they have more.
Vood's
teeth.
always had the Vood. Remember they used to do, what was their phrase?
Hundreds of pretty girls and 3 ugly ones, or
Three
something.
ugly, yeah, there was always the 3 ugly ones.
I only ever saw the ugly ones.
I don't know. There were times I went in there. Really, I mean, back in the day, the girls would come in the studio and there were gorgeous girls that worked there.
Wow. Oh, goddamn cat.
Spanky says he's still got pictures from Foon's bachelor party. Yeah. We had a good time. Every time somebody would get married, we'd take them out. It was fun. Yeah, and the fun thing is just you give them the tips and they come get the tips.
The only tip I ever gave was to that drag queen.
No, I would. Back in the day, I'd take the whole staff. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd take the whole staff of the show, right? And then I'd grab like 100, and then I'd just get a bunch of singles, and I'd give singles to the guys and say, "Have fun." So
Yeah.
I would give them a bunch of, and Jim the photographer knew it. He knew, oh, we're at the Voo and Ray's drunk. I'm gonna stand right by him.
Hey, I'm
Here
out
comes
of
my
one.
single.
You didn't give me enough ones. Can I get some more ones?
Yeah, he knows. He'd always end up with like, I'd somehow cash $100. I'd cash a Benjamin and start giving it out. Jimmy would always end up with like $40 or $50 of it. He would end up with all the singles.
Uh-oh. Oh, Lord.
It was a good time, man. It was a good time. Hello.
So, Raymond,
Hey, Spanky, what's going on, brother?
hey, I got a question. I can't type that fast.
All right.
Who was the porn star that we had in the radio show? And Jimmy ended up taking her home and she pissed in his bed. Wasn't it Chantilly Lace or
Yes,
something
that's
like
the what's
that?
the one. That's the one he dated.
Yeah, and she pissed all over his bed.
Yeah. Because
So,
yeah, he got her. Yeah, she was in town from. Where did she? She lived in Pennsylvania somewhere, I thought. Pittsburgh.
yeah, somewhere out east.
Yeah, and then he would fly over and go see her, and good old Jimmy. Jimmy was.
Yeah, that and who's the other one we had that had the big old boobs and she brought her grandma with her?
That was the one who ran for governor of
Yeah.
Mariah. What was her name?
Oh, no, it's Mary Carey.
Mary Carey, yes. Yeah, Mary Carey. Yeah. But she ended
Yeah,
up,
because
she ran for
she put her
governor or
bra on
something.
my head and I couldn't see for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had gigantic breasts.
Oh, yeah. Remember, them things were like, I don't know,
But her grandmother,
60s or 70s.
her grandmother,
Yeah, her grandmother was in there. She was cool.
she was hanging out with us. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So, well, Steve, I'll take you out to the porn house if you just got to behave yourself.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He said Spanky, he said he's never been to a strip club. He's never been to a strip club.
Oh,
Nope.
I better take him down to St. Louis then where they get a little more personal.
Well, I mean, at the Voo, but you just can't drink. I think Steve would like the Voo, but you know,
But he's got to remember when we go there, he's not to touch
Yeah,
the guys.
you can't touch.
Oh,
Girls, not the
You
guys.
can't touch. I don't think you can touch anybody. Just
No,
sit on,
you can't.
sit
because
on your hands, Steve.
They'll bounce you on your head.
Yep. Just sit on your hands. Be a good boy. Yeah, they make, you know,
oh, if I can.
you'll have a good time. You have a good time at the Voo.
That's what I
Yep.
can.
I'll take him in there and he can wear a chef's hat and I'll get him up on stage for a special dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bring
Oh.
your chef's hat. That's a good idea.
And I'll take pictures for everybody.
That's a good time. That sounds like a good time. Taking Steve to the Voo. We should do a night out at the Voo.
I think it'd be a good nighttime mobile unit.
Yeah. Very good idea.
Unit being the operative word.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I'll work on putting that together if he'll go.
Yeah, I think he'd
I
go.
got no reason not to go.
Yeah. He's never been to a strip club.
Never been to a strip club.
I'll be damned.
Well, the thing is, if he goes once, he'll never be able to do your
Yeah,
shows
then
of
then
an
he'll
afternoon
never
or
have
evening.
money again. He'll lose
Right.
the money.
Yeah,
again.
he'll never be able to do your shows again.
Yeah.
He'll be at the titty bar all day long.
Yeah, he'll be. I mean, that is a fear that he could get addicted to it. Really.
Oh, real bad.
God damn. There should be a meet and greet at the Voo.
There you go. We could.
That's awesome. All right.
Meet and greet or
man,
eat
well,
and
let's
ski.
go. Well, I'll work on that.
All right, Spank. Later, pal.
Okay. See.
There you go.
Would that be a meet and greet or an eat and ski?
Good old meet and greet at the Voo, man. I like that. God,
Glidden says that you can tell the strippers that Steve is a Make-A-Wish kid.
I mean, wouldn't it be? I got to be honest. I think seeing Steve at his first strip club, I can't believe you've never been.
No. Never
He'd
been
come
to
out
a
of the-
strip club.
He'd come out of there with a sore neck from all the.
Holly says she'd go. Fuck yeah. I bet Holly'd be fun at a strip club.
Oh, I bet it's good.
Apparently, she lives in Deja Vu.
No, she
says,
lives
hell
in
yeah.
that. That's
Hell
what
yeah,
she
I
lives.
live there.
Lives in the, what is that called?
Lake Town.
Lake Town, yeah. Corey says, get a VIP shower show. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So then it'd be two firsts: a strip club and a shower for Steve.
When I was in Peoria, we used to go to Big Al's all the time. I mean, all the time. And that was in the early 90s. And like I said, when I was here in town, there were girls that worked at the Voo that would be on the show all the time. It was a good, I mean, I can't believe you've never been.
No. Man, like you said, I've never seen a live show. No, never seen naked women. And like you said, I worked at the one, landscape, the one down in East St. Louis, but it was never. I was always there when they weren't open. I mean, they were open, but just the owner was there. There wasn't any dancers or nothing. I drove right by the Larry Flint Club every day when I went over
Cindy
there.
says Steve could find a new woman at the Deja Vu to buy tampons and cigarettes for.
Just be careful where you
Yeah,
swipe
I
your
just-
card, Steve.
I got to be honest. The only thing with Steve, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks this, is I know he only gets so much money per month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He only gets so much money per month. You could tell that Steve has no idea what's going on there. And my fear would be that he would get that money. He'd immediately cash it for singles. And then he would be there just handing out singles as girls are dancing right there with the old hoo-ha right in his face. You know what I mean?
No, because I'll be honest with you right here on the show.
Yeah.
I
You're
have
being honest. Thank God you're being honest with us.
I have play around money with during the week. I don't have to spend as much money every week. I have my budget set up, and I have X amount. I
I'm
have
just
money.
telling you. I'm
Uh,
just telling you that
Now, I might lose weight because I might cut back on the food consumption. But
because you go there and they literally dance right in front of you. They dance in front of you. That's what they do. You
oh,
might not. I mean, there are attractive girls that they take off their clothes and they literally. I mean, Steve, you've never been there, so like, imagine sitting down
yep,
and having a sexy woman
yeah,
walk right in front of you and start dancing. You know what I mean?
yeah, okay,
And then dancing and literally taking it off, and all of a sudden, there you got the boobs right in your face.
yeah,
And then starts pulling down the bottoms,
oh,
and then right in front of your face. I mean, all this stuff's going on. And meanwhile, you're taking out dollar bills
right,
and giving her singles to continue on the stripping.
oh,
You know, yeah. It's a good time. I could see you
well,
you
yeah.
getting addicted to that. Yeah. I could see you getting addicted.
I probably did.
Yeah.
Because there was one time when I first started this show that I'm sure Ray remember this. I don't think I'm gonna make any difference. I had a listener come and get naked and then take pictures.
Yeah.
But I can't find a picture now. But more attractive than her?
Stice says yes.
Oh,
Steve
really?
would fall in love within the first 30 seconds. Absolutely.
Yep. And it'd be a different one every night.
Yeah.
I'm in love with her. She likes, they would pay attention to him.
Yeah.
So he would fall in love. And then tomorrow night, it'd be a different one. So he'd fall in love with that one.
Mm-hmm. Karen says, Steve, you'd have to choose between dancing naked women or weed. Which one do you want?
I can, believe me, I can make them both work, I bet.
All right. I'm just asking, which one do you want more?
Wow. That's almost unfair question there.
This is either or, because once you get hooked on the strip club, you don't have any money for anything else.
So I'm thinking that maybe we just won't introduce you to the strip club because right now you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing, so.
Oh.
And most guys, I'm telling you, most guys can handle it. Most guys just
Right.
no big. You got something at home, and you just go. You have fun. You have a night, and you're fine.
Well, that's the only thing I got at home is on the back of this chair.
But what I'm saying is, okay, I'm just worried about you because I know you have an addictive personality.
Oh, I do? Thank you.
I know you have an addictive personality. Oh, you're welcome.
We're all hooked on you, Steve.
Yeah. Once Dan goes over and fixes that truck of yours.
No. The shop doesn't go to the car. The car goes to the shop, or it doesn't get fixed.
Right now, it's perfect weather for Dan to be working on. It's perfect weather for Dan to be working on that car. Perfect weather. Get that car fixed. I'll tell you that.
Well, right now, until the owner gets paid and he figures out what the fuck part he needs.
Well, I'm telling you that you would go to that strip club and then you'd go back every day. That's the fear.
Really?
That's my fear. I'm like, that could be the big fear with you. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I want to be the one to introduce. So I don't know. I just thought I'd put that out there. because if all of a sudden on the 3rd of the month, we're like, "What's up, Steve?" You'd be like, "Hey, can I borrow some money?" "What do you need money for?" "I think he's got paid." "Oh, I went to Deja Vu yesterday." Oh my God.
Well, there was this one, and she was hot, and she was into me, and she was just, she was. I think she likes me, Ray. So I just kept tipping her, and she kept coming back, and I think she likes me, and I spent my weed budget.
That's fear.
See, like if it became a problem, I could like give up my internet. That would save me $70 a month right there.
See, that's the fear.
Does this sound like anybody else you know, Ray? Somebody else who used to be on the show?
Yes, I'm just telling you that he,
It sounds like two people that used to be on the show, both of whom are no longer with us. Jim and Sean.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I would see that that problems would come from this. So
Sean used to have a problem with thinking strippers liked him.
And finances, it's
Do
fine.
they take checks?
No, but they'll take your debit card. You just got to figure out where to swipe it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the fear is, I just.
Do they take checks?
I mean, I'm just wondering right now.
What are you going to do? Just wave a blank check, and then the more they come, the more zeros you add?
Really leading him down maybe we shouldn't have even brought it up. You know what I mean? We probably would have been better off just not even telling him about.
Yeah.
What? So I watch.
His record skipped again.
I was watching 90 Day Fiance Last Resort, and one of the dudes, they went to a strip club. All the dudes went to just up when they're supposed to be at this resort working on their marriages. And there's one said, "Hey, let's go to the strip club,"
So we're supposed to be working on their marriage, and one of the people took off and went to a strip club.
Yeah, just $1 million.
Jesus.
But I didn't see. I mean, they were. He was. He one chick motorboated him and everything.
Yeah.
Just grabbed his head and shoved him between her boobs.
Good old Steve. Corey says, "I bet they take night deposits from Popeye's chicken." Son of a bitch. God damn. Then he says, "What will Steve shoplift from Deja Vu?" Any guesses?
Probably a dildo.
Didn't Jason used to work at the Vu?
Yeah, he used to be security. Worked the doors.
I think Jason worked.
I think Bubba did too.
But I'll tell you, Joe the limo driver. That's where Joe worked. That was Joe's other job. Yeah. Gonna get me some of that. I said,
So, if you've never been to a strip club, where did you hook up with that stripper that stole all your shit?
She on internet dating. Yeah, I never saw her work. I don't even know if she worked. She may not have worked.
She
I
may
don't
not
know
have-
if that lie too, but
I think stripper was the wrong word. Stripper,
entertainer.
stripper and prostitute are two different
that's
things.
that girl Steve hooked up with a prostitute, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't an exotic entertainer. She was a hooker.
But I never had to pay her anything. Just take her out to dinner, and she stole a bunch of stuff.
Carla says Steve would steal a whole stripper. Oh, son of a bitch.
Steve would be like, "Smell my new clones. Does it smell like ether to you?"
I don't know. Like, I would love to take Steve to a strip joint, but I'd watch Steve more than the strippers. Just because I would be fascinated by
Yeah.
his reaction and stuff. But then
It'd be the whole kid in the candy store thing.
it gets sad. You know what I mean? Because I think he would be a little too into it. Because you could tell he has no idea. He has no idea what goes on. I mean, whatever you're thinking goes on in the strip club,
Yeah.
it's a lot more.
Really?
You can't touch the girls
Okay. Okay.
unless you get like a private
Encounter.
what do they call that? Chair dance, or what do they call that?
Lap dance.
Lap dance. But they touch you. And I could see you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah. And I could see you going, "Oh, we're going to get this done. You'd get a lot of that." But that's expensive. Yeah.
When I went to the Hustler Club, I got to give a stripper a lap dance.
Ooh.
Why would any stripper want a fire dwarf to give them a...
Well, they had I forget what they called it, but it was when the girls took a break and went and sat out in the audience, and they invited guys to come up and do a show. So the stripper that was sitting close to me, I went over and gave her a lap dance, and I motorboated her. And the club MC gave me a T-shirt.
Look at that. It's crazy. Sexy Dan. Jimmy would do that stuff.
Yeah. And then I ended up carrying a blonde out over my shoulder.
You know, I've seen movies that, like, you know, Varsity Blues. They had a scene where the boys were at the strip club and strip cheese. I've seen strip cheese. I've seen the movies.
Yeah, but those weren't like, I mean, those aren't fully, they were not like Deja Vu. Deja Vu's fully nude. They go completely nude.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see gorgeous, physically fit, attractive women
Huh.
come up. They show up and they're wearing sexy bikinis, or they're wearing lingerie, and the top comes off almost immediately. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of fake breast, and you know,
A lot of glitter.
yeah, a lot of fake breast, or fake breasts aren't as prevalent now as they used to be. You know what I mean? But then the bottoms come off, and
Ooh.
they are shoving it right in your face.
Yeah.
And dancing, and I can't see you being able to take it. You know what I mean?
They'll get right up close and
Yeah.
just
Especially if
you'll be looking it right in the eye.
especially if you're handing out dollars.
Really?
You're handing out dollars.
$1 is all it takes?
Well, $1, and you tip $1 or $5 or whatever. You tip like
But
$5 or $10. I mean, there's guys who are
Do
really
they take quarters?
no, they don't take quarters.
Just dollar bills?
If you're not holding up money, they may stop by and give you a little wiggle and whisper in your ear, "Tip me for my dance."
Yeah,
And if you don't hold any money up, they won't come back the rest of the night.
Oh, really?
but if you
You hold up
tipping
$1, they'll
It's-
pay you a visit. A little while later, you hold up another $1, they'll pay you a visit.
yeah,
Oh.
and literally, it's right there. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I could just see Steve getting addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
I know a girl that paid her way through law school doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Just $1, huh? That's fucking cheap.
Well,
Yeah.
$1.
$1, it's as low as you can go. You can go higher if you want to, but it's as low as you can go.
Right.
There are some skilled guys that tip 5s or 10s, or you know. But you know,
See, yeah. Yeah. I've always got, you know, I shouldn't say always, but I always had $20. I could easily get 20 singles. He tipped me 20 times.
Well, plus there's a cover charge.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
that.
So you pay the cover charge. Then you order like a juice or a whatever, soda.
Oh,
And then you just, the rest, they just pay the strippers. Just tip them. And they dance for you.
huh.
It's a good time, but, you know, all of a sudden you go through a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd be like, oh my God. By the way, Carla says she got a lap dance. She says she's gotten a lap dance at the VU when she was 6 months pregnant.
Okay, I misread that. I thought she said she gave a lap dance. At
Oh,
the
she got it. She's gotten a lap dance. Yeah. And
If you give a lap dance when you're pregnant, do you get double the tip?
no. They don't tip the fetus.
It's a 2-for-1 show,
There's
Ray.
no tipping of the fetus. You only tip the mother. No, but
Yeah,
I'm
but-
saying that you could, you know, that's the best. That's the best times when you go with when a woman's in your group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just that the whole thing is to have fun, but
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I bet Holly would be fun. I bet Christina would be fun. You know what I mean? 'Cause I bet
'Cause-
Christina would be fun.
You know, the two of them would pregame, and they'd be all
Oh, yeah.
giggly and drunk when they got in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be entertaining.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Steve, you could have a really good time. You could have a really good time.
I think he's having a good time right now, Ray.
Just think of it. Yeah.
I think he's in his head. He's already there, and he's already having a good time.
Oh well.
Well, I'm trying to.
Holly says she says the same thing I said. She says she and Christina would have a good time. I don't know. Christina might get jealous and tell Dan, "You're not allowed to go up there," and you know. But then Christina would be right in the front row.
Yeah, I'd be all right watching that.
I'll be damned.
I'm not much of a stripper tipper anyway. I'd be hanging at the back. I wouldn't be up front.
Yeah. I think Steve would be right there. He'd be sitting front row.
Yeah, with his tongue laid out like a boardwalk or a walkway for them to walk
He'd be
on.
sitting front row with his chest way up.
And a dollar bill in his mouth.
Saying, "Bring it right here, lady, so I can see." With a magnifying glass.
Well,
Here, ladies.
we just learned something about Holly.
Holly says she gets turned on watching her old man watching her hubby getting a lap dance.
Ugh.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, imagine that's fun. I haven't had a lap dance in a long time.
You haven't had a lap in a long time.
Yeah, I can't. You're right. I don't even remember the last time I had a lap. I've almost got a lap now. I'm getting close.
You all right, Steve?
Yep. I'm getting close to having a lap. God, I'd love to take Steve to a strip. I'd love to take Steve to the boo. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That'd be a good time.
I can tell you, November is not a good month, so.
Why?
He's already planning it. He's
Why is
already
that?
planning it.
Why have you concluded that, Steve?
Oh, because I gotta fix the truck. I gotta buy weed.
Yeah.
There's a couple extra expenses that I have this month that aren't normally in
You
my
gotta pay your
budget.
cleaning lady.
I pay her. I just paid her fucking last week. Well, 2 weeks ago.
Oh boy. Mm.
I just don't pay my auto mechanic.
We've noticed.
Yeah. And your auto mechanic needs to come and figure out.
I told you it's not a delivery service. The shop don't go to the car. The car goes to the shop. I'm not going to be standing outside his house, butt booty ass cold, working on that thing. I have a garage I can put it in.
I'll tell you what I think. I think I need all my fluids checked. You know what I mean? You know, I think I need someone to check my. What are all the fluids of a car?
You want me to check your oil, Ray?
Well, Steve, you got a certificate in this, right? What are all the different fluids that you need checked?
Transmission, oil, water,
The transmission, oil,
brakes.
Brake fluid.
brake. Where's brake fluid go?
By the firewall.
On the top of the master cylinder.
Yeah.
All right. So brake. Where's transmission fluid go?
In the transmission.
I'm just saying, like,
Left. Well, most cars is left, right side.
all right. So there's oil.
Opposite side of dipstick.
Yeah.
Oil,
But
water.
I need a dipstick. I need a new dipstick or something. I gotta call Shaner.
You need a new dipstick.
Yeah, there's some. The dipstick for my car, they took it out to change the oil, and they didn't put it. I don't know what they did. It somehow was lost,
Yeah.
and then they put the wrong size dips. They put the wrong dipstick in.
Yep. So then when you check your oil, it's an inaccurate measure.
Yeah, it's not accurate. So I got to get a new
Oh.
dipstick.
You're lucky you're not blowing oil out that hole.
What a
I know.
dipshit.
And I know what place did it, but I don't know what the hell they did with the.
How the fuck you lose a dipstick?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Dipshit lost dipstick.
They took it out and laid it on their tool cart. And
And then grabbed the wrong one and put the wrong
Yeah.
one. Yeah. And then when I went back there again, they go, "Oh, well, this dipstick is not right. Wait a minute. The place that did it was right here. I know who fucking did it. You did, you cocksucker. Fix my,
I did.
you know what it just makes me mad. But
well, that means that they did it to somebody else too. In order to have the wrong dipstick laying there, they showed
another
it to somebody
car
else.
got my dipstick.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's what happened.
Yeah.
I had a place
Very
lose
good.
my oil cap.
Son
They
of a
laid it
bitch.
down. The two
I
of
gotta
them laid
call-
it down on the same
I gotta call
toolbox.
Shaner and see if he has a Chrysler 300 dipstick. See what the hell that cost and get, you know what I mean? But I need to get all that stuff checked. But I just wanted to know how much fluid is in a car. I know there's radiator fluid.
Yep.
Washer fluid, brake fluid, transmission fluid, oil, power steering fluid.
Oh, power steering fluid. Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
I thought of. Yeah. But I need,
Differential.
Yeah,
I-
he shouldn't have to mess with his differential. He's front wheel drive. He's got
Oh,
a
is it?
transaxle. Got a transaxle, not a differential.
well, I just need all my fluids checked.
Yeah, 300.
Is that car rear wheel drive or front wheel drive?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know what I have.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can't forget blinker fluid. You have to have that.
Oh, yeah.
Corey says oil, transmission, coolant, power steering, brake fluid, sometimes hydronic fluid washer. I don't know.
So hydraulic fluid is what he meant.
Hydraulic. Yeah.
And then washer fluid. No, Steve needs the ear oil. Maybe that'll help his ears.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I just got to get it, you know.
Yeah.
And I got to find a new oil change place because I know they lost my fucking dipstick.
What year is your car?
I'll send you a text. I'll give you information for my.
That's my problem right now. I don't remember what year my truck was.
Read the tag on the inside of the door.
The year matters. You got to know the year.
Yeah, some parts
Yeah.
change by year, or they
Yeah,
may
that's-
use it. They may use this part for 2 years, and then the next year it'll be a new part. Or halfway through the production line, it could be like they used to do cars, a 72 and a 72 and a half, and the parts would change in that half year.
Yep.
So sometimes you have to get parts based on the VIN number instead of the year.
That's my issues right now because between 2001 and 2003, oil coolant tank is totally different.
I
Yeah,
just sent Dan my car info.
Yeah, well, hopefully the engine size doesn't change in those 2 years.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
I'm not sure.
You know whether you have a V8 or a V6.
Well, how would I know that?
Open the hood and look at the top of the engine. Now, if I work on your car, remind me not to talk to you.
I'm just
No, because he doesn't want to know.
yeah. I don't just do your thing. I don't want to. I don't want to bother you.
I don't give a shit. He just wants to fix and leave.
By the way, it was the whole point of that conversation was me not wanting to bother people. Just
No, it was
that's the
you
worst
not wanting
part.
to be bothered.
Well, of course, but also it was me just,
All right, so do you know the submodel? Is it a C, a CSR, a limited, an S, or a touring?
I think it's touring.
Hang on, I'm ringing.
I bet. I bet it is, yeah.
I don't know. Boy, there's a lot of stuff you got to know about cars.
Yeah, any more you do, yeah.
All I know
Just,
is it runs, and it gets me from my house to Fit Club and back.
huh?
That's what I know.
That's all I needed to do, right?
I don't need it to do much more than that. That's the place I go every day is Fit Club.
And I'll be able to get out to your daughter's house, but no sense in going there because you can't walk upstairs.
I don't want to go there.
I should have known better than to ask Ray what kind of car he had.
Well, because I don't know. Why would that,
It's Chrysler 300.
it's a Chrysler 300. Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
Could be one of 5 submodels, and then it could be one of 2 different 6-cylinder
Jesus.
engines.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
It's either a 2.7 or a 3.5.
All I know is I want the fluids checked.
Well, I can't order you a dipstick if I don't know what size the engine is.
I honestly, you know what I mean? I was just gonna, like I said, just gonna check somebody has a junkyard. They go down, find another 300, and steal the dipstick out. Yeah. And I do get on the highway. I take the highway for 3 minutes because I literally drive from my house, then I get on the interstate for 3 minutes until I get to the next exit, and then I turn off and go to Fit Club. Yeah.
Well, if I selected the right engine, your dipstick is $13.99.
Look at that. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you find that?
I have a parts website
Oh. Yeah.
that I get all my parts from.
Where?
Corey says, as little as I drive, it may be cheaper for me to get rid of the car in Uber. No more maintenance, no more insurance, no more gas. You might be right. I don't know.
For some reason, Brent is telling me what kind of car he has. I don't know if that means he needs parts or what. DA, you might be right.
All I know, listen. I just don't. I like to stay home. I work from home.
Huh?
Beautiful studio, and I do my show from home. My friends,
Who you
right
don't want them
there.
to talk to you.
but I'm doing a show. I have a microphone. I hear my co-host. I'm fine. I literally don't need to go anywhere.
Huh?
But I do like to work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Telling you. That's the only place I go is I drive to go work out once a day. You know. That's what I need my car for. Although Corey says it might be cheaper to just Uber. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not paying insurance on a car that way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
insurance.
but the insurance isn't that much money. Because all I have is liability. I own it. I don't owe any money on the car. So
Right.
I only got liability. You know what I mean?
Right.
Brent has a point. Uber wouldn't work for you because the driver would want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, I don't want to drive. Really, I used to drive Uber. I don't want a conversation.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because I would scare too many people.
I don't want a conversation. I just want to,
You need one of those windows like they have in a taxi cab. Just keep it closed.
yeah. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to an Uber driver or a cab driver or even a bus driver. I just,
Corey says you can request no conversation on an Uber.
Really?
I want conversation. I just want to sit and look at my phone until I get to my place, get out.
So when you order a car, you got to hit the DFTM button. Don't fucking talk to me.
I don't even have Uber on my phone.
My daughter used to drive for Lyft in Phoenix,
Yeah.
and she
I
had
like
some interesting
driving.
conversations.
I like driving for Uber, but I didn't like talking to people. You know what I mean? It was like,
Maybe you can get Bubba. Bubba used to drive Uber.
it's too much.
Corey says for someone who doesn't want to talk, you're in the wrong line of business. Well, see, the thing about that is Ray's not talking to anyone right now. He's just talking and hoping somebody listens.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not a conversation.
I'm talking, but I'm talking to entertain. That's what I like. This is what I'm most comfortable doing. This is what in my life I'm most comfortable doing this. I almost got Steve last night to do stainless. I almost called Steve at 6:00 and I was gonna say, hey, let's go on. And then I decided not to because I'm like, well, then the World Series is gonna start and I'm gonna want to watch the World Series, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I almost called you last night, Steve, and I was gonna say, well, maybe we should go on and do a show.
I could have.
But then I decided, well, let's watch the World Series.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh well.
Smoke signals tonight. Back.
I was like, we can get me, Steve, and Puddin'. But then I'm like, well, Puddin's internet wouldn't work.
And you wouldn't be able to understand either one of them.
Yeah.
All right, so game tonight is 7:04.
Yeah.
Are we thinking Texas or Arizona?
Who's pitching? Who's pitching for Texas?
I don't know. Does that show in here?
Should tell you who's pitching. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look and see, because this could be.
Oh, if I put on my glasses, I might be able to tell you. Evaldi's pitching for
Oh, it's
Rangers,
over. It's over.
and Gallen's pitching for
It's
for
over.
Arizona.
It's over tonight.
Yeah. Texas gonna win.
So money on Texas.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting my money. It's over.
I'm not doing any parlays this time.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Texas is winning it tonight. That's what I think, Steve. And then tomorrow night, Thursday night football.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I tell you, I love watching sports at night. I've watched the World Series. I had Monday Night Football. You know what I mean? I've had
October is the best month for sports.
yeah, it's been
really.
great because the basketball. And then after those games are over, I go over and watch basketball. Oh my God, it's been wonderful.
You still have you got some baseball left. You have football. You have basketball starting. Hockey's going. It is. There's even, if you're so inclined, NASCAR. So you got all of those in 1 month. I think
The NASCAR's in their playoffs, right? And
Yeah.
MLS is in playoffs. So
yeah. So you have all of those. This is the only time of year when you can do that
yeah.
because they're all happening at once.
By the way, St. Louis City's in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it is a great time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna try to get into hockey this year. I want to watch some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to watch some hockey.
It's a fun sport.
I need to know more about it. You know what I mean? But
All you got to do is ask.
but here's the thing. Like, I had trouble watching it,
Yeah.
but I did just get new glasses.
Yeah, and it helps that you have that giant screen. The game's easier to follow. If you're watching hockey on a tiny TV, you'll never see the puck.
That's the things. I gotta get the puck. I gotta watch it.
Right.
But I'll try to watch some hockey just to get into it. But I love sports, but I hate golf and I hate
Oh, I love golf.
I just hate watching it. It's so uninteresting to me.
I love golf.
Yeah.
Golf is a good walk spoiled. It's men in ugly pants walking.
Yeah, I just can't get into it. Like I could get into everything else, but but I really have trouble getting into golf. But I have trouble getting into hockey.
Yeah.
I wish I
Hockey.
could,
Find you a Blackhawks game
yeah.
and start there.
Well, I am a Blues fan. I do know that.
Oh, so don't find you're a crossbreed too then.
Well, I am a Blues fan over
Christina will enjoy hearing that.
I'm a Blues fan over a Blackhawks fan.
Yeah.
Just because I grew up in Gillespie, which is, closer to St. Louis, but I was born in Chicago.
So
And then
you're
when I was really young, they started taking me to Cubs games. So I'm a Cubs fan.
a crossbreed.
They never took me to any Blackhawks games.
No, that shit's expensive.
But then I moved to Gillespie when I was a kid. And then when I was in high school, I had a friend who was a big hockey fan. He took me to some Blues games.
Yeah, that's what we call a crossbreed because I'm a crossbreed too. I'm a Bears fan and a Cardinals fan and a Blackhawks fan. So, that's I used to be a Rams fan and then they did what they did. So.
Yeah, I was a Rams fan, but I still like the Rams, Yeah, just MLS playoffs. I want to say St. Louis is playing Kansas City on Saturday. That's going to be a very good game because they're in the playoffs.
Never got into soccer. I should have gotten into hockey. Hockey was one of the few sports I could actually play. I just never got into soccer. It's a bunch of sweaty people running.
I got into soccer because when I went to college, my roommate was an All-American soccer player. So I got to go to games. He would like, yeah, go to the game. You're my roommate. You get to go for free. I was like, cool. And I would go watch the games and I would be like, this fucking sport is fantastic. You know what I mean? I became a fan of it. And, that's how I became a fan. I just, as I've grown up, I started watching it, and now it's televised more, and so I've become a fan. And now that you can gamble on it, are you kidding? Oh shit, I'm addicted to it.
Holly, how'd you do that? Holly said she went to a game where the White Sox played the Bulls.
Wow.
I bet that was an interesting game.
I bet that's a good game.
Been to a White Sox Bulls game.
Yeah, those are my teams. I like the Cubs. I was a big Bears fan, but I stopped in the 90s. I just got sick of them because I realized it's a bad organization. After they won that, of course, I was a huge Bears fan. Under Walter Payton and all those guys in the 70s, and then when they won the Super Bowl in '85, I was
the '85 Bears got a lot of people on their train.
And then I was a fan of theirs till about '89, and then I switched to the Cleveland Browns because I moved. My first full-time radio morning show was in Ohio, right outside of Cleveland. So I became a Cleveland Browns fan. And then I moved to Texas and met my wife, who told me right after we met each other, she rooted for the Houston Astros. She goes, I could root for the Cubs. And she goes,
keeper.
I go, really? She goes, yeah. She goes, I'll root for the Cubs. Only, she goes, if you root for my Cowboys. And I go, done. So I gave up the Bears and the Browns, and I started rooting for the Cowboys. And then she started rooting for the Cubs. And I rooted for the Cowboys all throughout the 90s. But I had an uncle who was a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. So, in 94, Joe Montana became the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. So I started going back to liking the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And but now I like every team. Then I got the Sunday ticket and I was watching every game.
Yeah, I hate it when there's a game on with two teams that I like playing each other because I don't know who to bet for.
Yeah,
who do you root for when you like both teams?
Now I just like football in general. It's hard for me to name because I'm a fan of the Bears, but I hate the fact that I'm a fan of the Bears.
They're the new Cleveland Browns.
I mean, I like the Bears because of this long time alliance I've had with them. I like the Cowboys because of this long time alliance I've had with them. I like the Los Angeles Rams because when they were in St. Louis, they were my favorite team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then they moved, and I find it hard to just decide to start hating a team. You know what I mean? Because there are teams and organizations that I hate. I hate the Packers. I hate the Steelers. I hate the Raiders.
The Patriots.
I hate the Patriots. Yeah. But I hate the Patriots because they played the Bears in '85. I hate the Raiders because, I don't know, I've just always hated the Raiders. I hate the Steelers because they won all the time in the 70s. Don't get me wrong. I've watched some Steelers games over the last few years where I've been like, God, they're not fun. They're not bad. You know what I mean? And I could root for them. But I've never been able to root for the Packers. I've never been able to root for the Raiders.
I hate Green Bay just because I think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Ray, I work with a guy whose dad was on the first Cowboys team.
That's cool.
You probably aren't old enough to remember the first Cowboys team when they first organized and became a team.
Oh God, no.
There's a guy by the name of Fisher played on that team, and he is the father of a guy I work with.
Yeah, I don't.
He has, I think he has one of his dad's rings.
I started rooting for the Cowboys in 1990.
I was a Cowboys fan when I was little, but that's because one of the uncles that I hung out with he was a Cowboys fan and wrestling. That's all he would watch, Cowboys and wrestling. So I got into the Cowboys.
Yeah,
then-
I did it for my wife. My wife was a huge Cowboys fan because her dad was a Cowboys fan. So that's why I agreed to do it. And we'll still watch the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because my wife was born right outside of Dallas,
Christine is a Cowboys fan,
but she grew up on the beach,
unfortunately.
corporate down in the Gulf. But that her parents were from Dallas and her mother's from Mexico. But I mean, but her, she was born right outside Dallas, so she's a big Cowboys fan. But so I decided. So of course I root for the Cowboys, but yet I also root for the Cleveland Browns, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chicago Bears.
TJ says it's a requirement to root for the Cowboys. What about the Texans? Does anybody in Texas even enjoy watching the Texans? And they used to have the Houston Oilers. Where did they go? I forgot.
Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans. That's right.
Tennessee.
So they give up their football team. Then years later, they start another one, the Houston Texans.
Yeah, because the Titans own the Oilers. The Titans own the name.
They bought the name.
They had it. It was their name. That's like the only difference in that was the Cleveland Browns. When the Cleveland Browns moved, they became the Baltimore Ravens. But the city of Cleveland held them up and said, "It's our fucking name." And the owner said, "No, it's my name." And the city said, "It's our fucking name."
Yeah.
And because you didn't own the stadium, we own it. You're going to owe us all this fucking money. The only agreement you will make is if we keep the name. So the city of Cleveland kept the name, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Which is, I think, the right thing to do anytime that happens.
Because after their owner left and went to Baltimore, the NFL said, well, fuck, there has to be a team in Cleveland. So Cleveland got the expansion team. The expansion teams went to Cleveland and Jacksonville. And that's how Cleveland got a second team. And they named it the Browns because the city owned the name. And they gave it to the new owners. Isn't that crazy? It's just nuts.
It's weird how that whole business operates. But hey, if it works for them.
But the expansion teams were the latest expansion teams are Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Cleveland Browns. That was the last NFL expansion.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure about that.
Wait a minute. I thought the Colts were Baltimore. Back when
Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis, but Baltimore didn't have a team.
Okay, then they
got
the Ravens.
The Cleveland Browns moved from Cleveland to Baltimore, and they became the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, okay.
But the city of Cleveland was owed money from the football team because the city of Cleveland owned the stadium that they played in.
Right.
And they told the Browns, "You fuckers are going to owe us all this money."
Okay.
Then the Ravens like, "We're not going to pay that money. We don't live there." And they said, "Well, we're going to fucking sue you, and you're going to pay us every fucking cent of it." All right. And then then the NFL came in and said, "We'll work something out." And Cleveland said, "You won't owe us a dime if we keep the Browns name.
That's a sound deal right there.
The city keeps the name, and then the Cleveland Browns came in with the Houston Texans. That was the last two expansion teams, and then the Jacksonville and Carolina came in at the same time.
Okay, that's how.
And that came in like
Yeah, okay,
that was
okay.
the 90s. In the 90s, Carolina and Jacksonville came in, and then within the last 25 years or whatever, Cleveland and Houston came in.
And I should be a Carolina fan just because of my heritage. I'm from North Carolina. I should be, but they continue to not impress me.
Well, they weren't around when you were born, you know.
Right.
Alright.
And neither were the Hurricanes hockey team. So
Because the NFL did an expansion that included the two cities that were fucked over, which was Houston and Cleveland, because both the teams from those two cities left.
Okay.
And Houston went to Tennessee and Cleveland went to Baltimore. So the NFL did an expansion just to make up for the two cities that they fucked over.
Okay.
So that's why they gave teams to both Cleveland and Houston in
Okay.
whatever year that was.
if any of those major league organizations ever decides to add more teams, I think it should be a rule where they put the team in a city that doesn't already have a major team.
Yeah.
You know, spread it all around. And like, how many fucking teams are in Florida?
Well, I think NFL is going to expand. NFL will expand a couple teams in the next few years.
Well, pick a city that doesn't already have a major sport in it.
Yeah, you're right. It'll probably be, I don't know who the next NFL teams will be.
You know, that's why Vegas ended up with the Golden Knights. They didn't really have a major sports team.
Yeah, it's because Oakland had the city of Oakland owns that Coliseum. And so the Oakland Raiders just said, fuck it, we're leaving. And the city, they said, unless you give us blah, blah, blah. The city didn't give it. And then the Raiders left and went to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
So now they have the Raiders and the Golden Knights, which is a new hockey team.
Yeah, yeah. And next year they're going to have the A's.
Oh, Oakland A's are moving too?
Moving to Vegas, yeah. So that's the new sports city.
Well, you know, it's also the gambling city, so it probably pays to have them both in the same place.
But I'm saying, you figure the city of Oakland would figure that out.
Yeah.
The city of Oakland's basketball team moved to San Francisco, which San Francisco and Oakland are two cities right next to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
But the city of Oakland was the Golden State Warriors. But now they're in San Francisco. And Corey says Nashville's trying to get an MLB team. Yeah, they're trying. They're trying. The Tampa Bay Rays are going to move. They're going to move. And I don't know if they're going to move to Nashville or what, but I think they'll go somewhere. It's just the Tampa Bay Rays owners would like to keep the team and put it in a new city. And Nashville has a group of owners that want to get their own team.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, but I know NFL expansion they've got to expand 2 teams at a time.
Well, if Nashville gets their own team, doesn't that mess with the games because there's going to be one odd team out?
If what?
If Nashville does get their own team and the Tampa Bay Rays stay in business, doesn't that mean there are now...
Well, you'd have to expand 2 teams.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because one will have to go to the American League, one will go to the National League, which is kind of like football. One has to go to the American Conference, one goes to the AFC, one goes to
AFC and NFC, yeah.
So you have to expand twice. Except when football, they changed they changed the divisions, and that's how they made way for to give the new Cleveland Browns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, the Houston Texas came in, and that's how the AFC South. So they put two teams in the AFC but it was two teams at a time.
Right.
So that's just how. But sports, you have to expand twice.
Yeah, it has to be an even number, or it messes up the playoffs.
Yeah. So I think basketball will probably expand. I think you'll see the NBA, a team going to Las Vegas and a team going maybe Seattle. Seattle wants a team back. So I don't know what the new, but I think the NFL will expand. But the NFL's problem is they're obviously wanting to expand to Europe.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to fly to England for
No.
a home game.
Well, they're not worried about people from here flying over there. They're trying to pick up the European audience. If you put a team over there, you'll have European followers that go to those games.
But here's the problem is always going to be the time.
Yeah.
No NFL teams want to go over there and play fucking games at 8:00 in the morning our time. You know what I mean?
No.
Like this weekend, you got Kansas City and Miami.
And they're in Germany, right?
And they're going to Germany.
Yeah.
Well, Corey says Mexico City wants to. Well, Mexico's fine. Mexico's in the central time zone.
Yeah. You'd still be able to watch it.
Yeah, well, you could still watch it at noon or 3. You know, the problem with Europe is the time zone. It's always going to be the time zone. I think you can expand to Mexico or Canada easier because it's the same time zone as the rest of the teams. You know, the city of Vancouver needs a professional sports team. They're ready for basketball again.
Yeah. Do they
They
still
gotta-
have their hockey team, or did they lose that one?
I don't know, but they used to have a basketball team and it moved, but it was because they put the team there too early.
Yeah, they still the Vancouver Canucks are still a thing. They still
Yeah.
have a hockey team.
And the Grizzlies were there, but now they're in Memphis. So Vancouver's ready for a new team. I'm just saying that when you put teams in Europe, the time zone's different. And that's what these leagues don't take into consideration. The NFL should add teams in all seriousness, they should add a team in San Antonio and Toronto. Except they're afraid if they put a team in Toronto, it'll fuck the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
Which it probably will, but
It's 3:42 p.m. in Germany right now.
yeah.
So they would have to play an early morning game in order for us to watch it at a decent time here.
It's on this weekend at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
I am. Thank God it's on. Then I have to watch Heartland.
You in that fucking Heartland. Jesus. That fucking Heartland. Oy.
Wow.
So, I mean, think about it. The NFL, but the NFL could also expand to Mexico City and Toronto. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
The NBA is going to expand too. I think the NBA is going to go to Las Vegas and Nashville. Because Nashville's got an NFL team and a hockey team. They want baseball and basketball.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're going to get it.
They have the
Right.
fan base.
Nashville
They have
has
the fan base.
fan base with money. They have the fan base with money to get it.
Fat Sexy wants to know if we can get an NBA team in Springfield. No.
No, we don't have a fan. We've only got you
There's
know,
only 100,000 people or
well,
11.
our big metros, I think it's 300. The
Yeah.
possible population is like 300 grand. It's too small.
Yeah, there's a minimum fan
You
base.
need a
number they have to
metro of
shoot
at
for.
least 1 million to get a professional sports team. You just need it. Nashville has MLS. They have NHL. They have NFL. They need MLB and NBA. And look at Vegas. Vegas has NHL and NFL. Vegas is going to get an MLS team. They're going to get an NBA team. And they're going to get an MLB team. And MLB teams happening, I think, next year or the year after is when the Oakland A's are going there. So Vegas will have everything. But I'm just saying that these teams want to expand.
Corey says every car in Tennessee has a volunteer sticker and a Titan sticker. It's a state law.
I'm telling you, good. I like. Boy, the Nashville fans love sports. They love it.
Hell yeah.
And they're showing up and buying season tickets. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying, oh, the Montreal Expos need to come back. The Montreal Expos, number one, they don't have a stadium worth of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Number two, their fan base won't support it. The fan base needs to support it. I don't need to hear that.
Sorry.
We should wrap it up. I got to go work out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there's today's show. Tonight, Smoke Signals returns. The return of Smoke Signals. Live from Bubba's dirty-ass van tonight.
I hope. I haven't seen Bubba this morning, so I hope.
You know, Ray,
Two fat stoners in a dirty van.
I was thinking about that. I'm willing to bet it is the only show hosted and broadcast from a van.
Trivia.
Down by the river.
Well, that and trivia, but that's here on the Ray Levels Morning Disaster Network. We have the only shows hosted and broadcast from a van down by the river.
Yeah. Check it out tonight. Steve and Bubba, two of the dirtiest men I know, doing a dirty ass show in a dirty van. That's tonight, 6 o'clock. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching today. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye.